You already know, man. Another America's Game Show hit. We're gonna drop some game, man, for the old and the jit. Hey, man. You hear that shit up there? Yeah, you got NAACP and them NAACP, that Democratic Shield. Yeah, they want the SEC athletes to boycott. That's what they want, man. Fairness, respect, change, not just profit. You know, because of the Supreme Court ruling about the political map, so-called stop gerrymandering and redlining. You know, basically forcing the Republicans and the Democrats to fight for the districts, which is a good thing. But, you know, pretty much keep the map pretty much the same. Ain't really no changing of the map right now. So, they want student athletes to boycott. Well, I think they're not going to go against the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court hooked them athletes up in 2021. Yeah, they hooked them up in 2021, man. Yeah, they did. And as I sit here, man, on that particular case, which ain't the Ed O'Bannon case, yeah, the NCAA versus Alston, that case, that's the case that won against the NCAA in 2021, that allows student athletes to get paid off name, image, and likeness, where they can make money, supposed to make money off their jersey sales. They can get endorsement deals and all that. But, you know, they don't went to the other things called the co-ops, and the schools are paying them too. That's just added on. But the original case in 2021, NCAA versus Alston, was for name, image, and likeness. So I think the student athletes is getting paid. They're able to go to the highest bidder every single year, even though Trump wrote an executive order that you only can transfer at one time to try to keep the competitive balance in college football, but the money gonna still stay the same or increase. But I digress from that. Had to add that keynote to it. But what we have found out, though, is that, you know, NAACP, you know, called out for these athletes to boycott, right? These athletes ain't finna boycott for a goddamn thing. They getting paid. They're able to goddamn get paid. They're able to fulfill their dreams and their hopes and their dreams and what they work hard to be, to play football with opportunity. Not all of them, but a few, the 1% out of that, to be opportunity to be drafted into the National Football League next year, or in a few years to come when they're eligible for the NFL draft. So, NCAA, I don't know what the Democratic Party expecting them to do, but they're not gonna do it. They're not even paying you a lick of mine. Y'all basically out y'all cotton picking mine. You think the athletes with the boycott and stop their goddamn chicks going home to their mamas and their kids, their mamas and their children that they got, and their sisters and brothers, cousins, nephews and nieces, you know, aunts and uncles, if they can get some of the money as well, grandparents, grandfather and grandmothers. They're not gonna stop when they get their family no money to boycott for you some bitches that sit around here and play these $2 games. To do what? Boycott for A party that don't do anything for that don't do anything for college athletes, don't do anything for BLK people. I mean, the Democrat Party don't do anything for black people. All they do was talk about we fixing to do a study for reparations. Now, I'm not holding my breath for reparations. Do not get it twisted over here. Okay? But I digress. I would move on from that. Y'all out your damn mind. Y'all think these athletes fixing to boycott? Y'all out your motherfucking mind. They don't owe the Democratic Party a goddamn thing. Democratic Party didn't get them no motherfucking me goddamn pay. Democrats didn't give them no pay. Democrats ain't doing nothing for no goddamn athletes. They just want to tax the shit out of them niggas. That's all they want to do. That's all they do. At least they in the southern states, so they ain't really got to be worried about getting taxed to death. If you're in Tennessee, you're in Texas, you're in Florida, those states you ain't got to tax, and then the other states, their little income tax is real cheap. You know, they're not doing that. They're not even thinking about you. They're getting ready for their training camp that starts in the late July, August. They get ready to get on the field to play this September. They ain't studying you motherfuckers. They ain't studying y'all one effing bit. And they're not going to study you. So I don't even know why you got that athlete's name in your mouth. Why you got SEC athletes and Southern State athletes name in your mouth. To sacrifice for what? They're not sacrificing for their betterment of what they got going on. You come tell me what the hell they sacrificing for. Because the Supreme Court done ruled on the matter. Basically saying it's unconstitutional. It can't be done. Same thing they did in 2021 in NCAA versus Austin case. Basically saying that the NCAA not allowing kids to earn money is unconstitutional. Pretty much is modern day slavery. So, they're not going to do it. That flew right over their head. That flew right over their head. Hey! They want you to boycott Jeremiah Smith. What you say about it? What? Oh, no, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm all right. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm all right. We got a chance to try to win a national championship over there in Ohio State. There's a couple more players I know. Hey! Hey! Arch Manning. You gonna boycott? They're going on deaf ears, man. They ain't in that shit. Come on, man. You gotta help us out. Help us out. So you really think that's going on deaf ears? Like I said before, that's not gonna happen. It makes no sense for those athletes to be boycotting and they getting some of this goddamn money. Yeah, they getting some of this. They getting some of this shit. You know, they're going out there putting their limbs on the line. If they're getting paid, you know, they're getting a $400,000 education, but at least they get another couple of $1 million a season to make some money. NIL deals. You know the NIL deal that Arch Manning got? I think he even make almost $15 million this year. Mm-hmm. But as I shut this thing down, man, as I come in here and drop y'all little 10 minutes a game, it ain't happening. So y'all can forget it, Democratic Party. Y'all can forget it, NAACP. The NCAA, Southeastern Conference, and Southern State athletes are not even considering boycotting this upcoming season. So basically, NCAA and the Democrat Party, y'all on your own. Y'all figure it out. Y'all find some paperwork and counsel with language and try to get the Supreme Court to rule on another case and see will it pass. 9 times out of 10, it won't. This is Prince Pierre, America's Game Show. Hit real quick for the old energy.